Hey there guys, Christopher here, realtor with the Golfy team. Wishing you guys a happy holiday season. Hopefully everyone had a good Christmas or whatever holiday you like to celebrate, and wishing everyone the best in the new year. So I think we can all agree that 2020 is the year that most people want to put behind them, and looking forward and being positive for 2021. So for today's video, we're going to be talking about 2021 market predictions. I live in Canada. If you ever watched this video outside of Canada, I actually live in Ontario to be more specific. Most of these market predictions will be based on the Ontario market. Some of which will translate quite well across Canada. Other ones are more specific to actually our area in particular. So to start off with, 2020 was kind of a weird year in real estate because COVID hit and locked us down back in March. March traditionally is quite a busy time for real estate. It's when the spring market is kind of at its peak, majority of the time March through April, and we couldn't even do anything during that period of time last year. So what that did effectively, actually, it delayed the spring market into the summertime, making it one of the busiest summers and then in turn busiest falls we've had in quite a long time. As long as the lockdown doesn't progress back again until the spring, my first prediction for 2021 is going to be that the market will change back to being a more traditional seasonal market. So again, we'll see a large spike in the springtime and a larger spike in the fall time as well. You won't see that same effect in the summertime where it'll be as booming as it was in 2020. It tends to take a little bit more of a dip in the summertime, allowing for the spring and the fall peaks to kind of hit. So I do think that the seller's market will continue and buyers will continue to face a lot of competition. So as we speak right now, houses that are being listed up, especially targeting kind of like the lower brackets, so that's the 500,000s and below, even stretching up to the 750s as of right now. Buyers that are submitting offers are facing a lot of competition, and it's not uncommon for there to be 20 offers on a single property. That's happening all the time. It's going into bidding wars, and people are paying far over asking price. I don't believe that is going to change anytime soon. That'll probably continue on into the future. But I still think it'll remain difficult in that price point. So like I said before, the 500,000s and below. So that'll be anyone who's looking for example, an investment property, first-time home buyers, people who have been renting for long periods of time due to whatever circumstance. They don't have any equity built up in their existing home. All these people are going to really, have a tough time getting a property at the price they're looking for, as there's going to be a lot of competition in that market. This is largely driven by the ability to be able to work from home now that a lot of businesses have put into place. A lot of people who are living in the GTA, specifically in the Toronto region, if you're in Ontario, properties there are worth exorbitant amounts of money for a small amount of square footage. They have the ability now to sell their home in Toronto. So let's say they have a detached home that's worth 1.5 million. They can now work from home and live anywhere around the Golden Horseshoe. This is causing areas like Hamilton, like Niagara, even going south down to Huldom and Norfolk. All these areas here are going to have an inflation in price as people who can afford more leaving Toronto are buying properties of equal size to their own they have in Toronto, or even larger and getting more space for a far lower dollar value. So that trend of growth in the suburb regions and kind of people leaving those downtown cores, I think will continue through 2021 and even into the future as of right now, as long as that stay-at-home work policy kind of is staying in place. With this being said, kind of tied into this, where people are, it's not uncommon for someone to buy a home way over the asking value. This is going to cause an increase in price across the entire province. From what I've seen statistically, it's supposed to be about 5 to 10% of an increase. Some regions even going up to, in the 15% bracket of increase compared to the same properties in 2020. So this price increase actually, it affects buyers and sellers. Now people are tempted to hold on to their property as the values increase over time to try and sell their property for a little bit more money. However, when you have to go and relocate to get a new property, those properties have also risen in price. So who this really is benefiting is those who have purchased an investment property, maybe let's say in 2018, 2019, when the prices were a little bit lower. They've held on to it, maybe fixed it up a little bit, and they're looking to flip it in 2021 where the prices are going to increase. Perfect time to do so. If you're in that situation, then I recommend hitting that spring market coming up in March and listing property up to sell. On the buyer side, if you're looking to get into a home, whether you need to relocate, whether it's your first time buying a home, etc., always the best time to buy a home is right now. With that being said, that the price would increase throughout the year. The earlier you get into home ownership, the better. Now looking at mortgage rates, as we do know recently, mortgage rates have hit an all-time low. I mean, I've seen some at 0.95%, which is just crazy. These mortgage rates are predicted to actually stay quite low for a number of years now, just to kind of help fix the economy and kind of give the working class citizen a little bit of a break. From what I've seen, they're supposed to stay on this lower end until 2023. So you do have some time to shop around if you're looking at, securing a mortgage or even refinancing. Right now is a great time to do so. All right, guys, well, that's it for me for today. Again, I'm Christopher, realtor with the Golfy team. Wishing everyone a great 2021, and we'll see you next week.